got a 2005 Nissan Altima with a 2.5 motor in it, and read a lot about no heat issues. So I did a lot of YouTubing and research and so on. Got a little combination of everything here that ended up making it work. First things I ended up doing was checking and changing thermostats. There's one thermostat here, and there's another thermostat where that hose connection is there also. Now, there is two different thermostats. There is one that has what they call a short pellet, or the short spring side, that goes to the cylinder head, and that goes into the cylinder head. Unlike when I took this one apart, it had the wrong one here, and it was in backwards. And then, of course, the other one with the long pellet goes down here. They are at two different temperatures. Easy enough really to change. I was pretty surprised. Hose clamps. Biggest thing is I found is this return cooling tube here. There is a bolt underneath. Okay? You loosen that up. After you take this bolt out, that gives you enough room to push that tube down out of the way to get 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts out of your housing. Of course, you unplug that, pull that off. There's a little hose here that you take off. This heater hose here. That's for changing thermostats. Undoubtedly, what I ended up doing was, once I had this all together and I still had no heat, but I finally got heat in both radiator hoses, was I took the feed hose here to the heater core. The end of this tube, there's the return hose from the heater core to the engine block. That's what that tube is. What I did was I took a regular garden hose repair end, put it here, clamped it, put the garden hose to it after I unhooked the hose from the tube, and flushed it right out. That undoubtedly ended up taking care of my problem in the long run. For this burping or air pocket problem, what I did was, when I went to do it, I put the lower hose back onto the steel tube, took this tube, held it up with a funnel and some coolant, and I filled it until the coolant started to run back out of the return here, or the feed, to the heater core. That way I knew I had all coolant in it. The other thing that was to be checked was up here for the coolant temperature unit. This right here, this little electric motor controls your hot and cold. 2 screws, take it out. Best way to check that, key on, just with that out of there, and turn your hot and cold knob. You'll see a little gear inside of there move. If that's not moving, okay, that could be bad. And FYI, eBay had the best price on that, if you can wait. If you need to do that, where the little gear goes in here, you can take and manually turn that counterclockwise for hot, clockwise for cold. So if you find that that's your problem, that's how you can solve that. But like I said, what I ended up doing was basically had to do thermostats. That was one issue. And then I might have had an air pocket in here, but that's how I got rid of the air pocket. Filled this hose here, let it run out, put it back on, topped off the radiator, ran it, and I had good heat from there. Good luck all.